I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read you the story The Beast and the Bethany. The Beast and the Bethany from page 211 to page 222. Okay, let's read it. The Beast and the Bethany. The Beast smashed the door open with a moon-sized bowling ball and used a 100-kilogram weight and a bag of bricks to push the other obstacles to one side. It made the piano play another loud, nasty tune as it waddled into the room. He said as it sniffed the air greedily. There's a delicious smell of death about the place. It followed its nostrils and noticed that the scent was coming from the fresh corpse of Ebenezer. Poor Ebenezer, it's such a pity. He's one of the better servants I've had better over the past thousands of years. It's not a pity, it's murder, said Bethany. If you had given him the potion, he would still be alive. The beast turned its attention to Bethany. It licked its lips when it saw how big she had grown. My, Ebenezer fed you well, he said in his soft, slithery voice. You are as fat, as juicy, as ginormous strawberry. You look like a big blob of gone off mayonnaise, said Bethany. Ignorant brat. Can mayonnaise do this? Asked the beast. It wailed and hummed and vomited out a gnome. No, and I wouldn't want it to. It would totally ruin my chips, answered Bethany. Also, if I wanted one of those, I could just order one from the garden century. Foolish child, can your precious garden century deliver this? It wiggled and hummed and vomited out of a thumb-sized triangular bottle containing a particular-looking blue liquid. The sight made Bethany raise her eyebrows. That's an elixir of life, a magical potion containing all the vitamins needed for youth, life, beauty, and shiny hair. It's so powerful, even I can't control it, like I do with the piano and all the other things, said the beast, mightily pleased with itself. It paused to think for a moment. I wonder whether it could bring Ebenezer back. It's going to be such a pain finding someone else to bring me my meals. It's a bit, Bethany began, impressive, mind-boggling, applause-worthy. The beast looked most smug. No, I was going to say it's a bit better than a garden century, more extraordinary than a spoonful of mayonnaise. No, frankly, it's a bit small, Bethany said. The mood hadn't exactly been toasted, but now it dropped by another few dozen degrees. The beast was now one of those creatures who was responsive to feedback. S'more, said the beast. Sorry, did you say the magical age-defying Radifying potion was s'more? I actually said a bit s'more, said Bethany. I will have you know that I gave that potion to Ebenezer, and it kept him young and beautiful and shiny-haired for an entire year, roared the beast, and I can make as much of it as I like. The beast proved its point, wiggling and humming and vomiting again. The end result was another triangular blue liquid-filled bottle, which was the size of an entire hand. That one contains enough liquid to keep someone young and beautiful and shiny-haired for an entire decade, boasted the beast. Bethany shrugged. She pretended not to be impressed. The beast vomited again, this time producing a triangular bottle the size of an entire arm, one large enough to hold 70 years' worth the potion does. That's more like it, said Bethany. She could see the potion more clearly now that it was in a bigger bottle. It swirled around with an electric energy and seemed to have a mind of its own. The beast sat down, because it was rather tired out by all the waddling and vomiting. Come and take a look closer look if you like, said the beast. Bethany took a step forward, and the beast's three black eyes sparkled with excitement. She stopped, and then she took a step back. I know what you're trying to do, she said. The excitement in the beast's eyes was now replaced in irritation. I'm trying to give you a better look at these magical potions, he said. No, you're trying to get me to come closer so you can eat me, she replied. The beast laughed a slippery fake laugh, which lasted for longer than it should have, and included about 17 he-he-he's, a dozen ha-ha-has, and 2 long ho-ho-hos. At the end of its performance, it asked, Eat you? What would give you an idea like that? Ebenezer told me everything. The irritation was replaced in indignation. If its eyes had been able to spit, then they would have done so in fury. That rotten treachery to it. I'm glad he's dead. It's like the cat all over again. The stupid fool, said the beast. It's not like the cat at all. We're friends, said Bethany. In fact, Ebenezer told me I was the first real friend he ever had. What? The beast felt betrayed by Ebenezer. I gave him presents and he bought me food. Isn't that what friendship's about? Friendship's about so much more than that, you stupid blob. It's about bucket list and squash muffin sandwiches. It's about not putting toads under your friend's pillow, and it's about you seem to have confused me for someone. Who cares? Said the beast. It waved its tiny hands and the puddings. Fridges came into the room to stop Bethany from running away. They opened and shut their doors in a mocking manner, while the piano began another horrible song. I'm going to eat you, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. I don't want to stop you, said Bethany. I want to make a deal. The beast laughed again, but this time the he-he-he's, ha-ha-ha's, and ho-ho-ho's were real. It amused by Bethany's comment, and it decided to let her live a little longer so that it could enjoy hearing her suggestion. I'm gonna let you eat me, and in return, I want you to try to bring Ebenezer back to life, said Bethany. You're going to let me eat you? Laughed the beast. I have you surrounded. There's no way you can escape me or stop me eating you. Anyway, there's no guarantee the potion will work. I never tried using it to bring somebody back to life before. If you don't try to save Ebenezer, I will make it tricky for you to eat me. I will run, I will jog, and I will jump. You and your pudding fridges and will have to waddle as fast as you can and keep up with me. It will be exhausting, and it will be messy. Surely you'd rather eat your first child in one delicious bite? The beast grazed as it realized that Bethany was right. Without Ebenezer around to restrain her, it was going to require a lot of effort to get her into his belly. It also thought that the taste of self-sacrifice might add an intriguing flavor to the dish. A deal's a deal, said Bethany. Ebenezer both brought me into this house, and now you're going to eat me. It's only fair that you try and help him alive. Bethany stepped forward so that she was now 2 steps away from the beast's mouth. Its nostrils flared with excitement, and thick gray drops of dribble oozed out of the corners of its mouth. Do you have any idea what you're offering? It asked. Yes, it's all pretty clear to me, said Bethany. I don't think it is. I don't think you have the faintest idea what is about to happen. Well, I know you're going to eat me, and I think that just about covers it. Oh, it's so much worse than that. Let me explain, it said. First, I will drag you into my belly with my tongues, and then I will start gnashing. There's no telling what I might eat first. It might be your bottom or one of your toes. There's only one thing that's certain. You will die in great pain, and in the end, the only thing left will be a pile of mushy bones. Now, do you still that you want to step inside my mouth? I don't, she said, taking another step forward. I'm doing this because I want to save Ebenezer. The beast was happy to hear this. Fine, it's a deal, said the beast. I will eat you, and then, if by some miracle the potion brings Ebenezer to life, I will let him live. I will let him live. He's more useful to me alive anyway. Bethany had got her way, and she was now within a single step of becoming the beast's next fit. She he stated. Hurry up, said the beast. The longer you leave it, the less likely the potion will work. Bethany knew what she had to do to save Ebenezer. She put her hands behind her back and took a step forward. Bon appetit, said the beast. It spread its dribbling mouth wide open. Bethany pulled the trumpet out of the back of her trousers and then threw it down the beast's throat. She was about to find exactly what it meant to be allergic to trumpets. The effect was immediate. The beast tried to spit it out, but it was already too late. Its mouth snapped shut. There was fear and fury in three black eyes, and steam poured off its nostrils. A great charging sound came from its belly, and its skin stretched to breaking point. Then it shrank smaller and smaller like a deflating balloon, and it wiggled uncomfortably from side to side. After 10 seconds, it was the size of a bag of rubbish, and after 10 seconds more, it was no bigger than a football. The piano stopped playing its song, and the fridges were switched off. It was a fascinating sight, but Bethany didn't have time to enjoy it. She picked up the nearest bottle of potion, the small one, and raced over to Ebenezer. She opened his mouth and poured every drop down his throat. For a few moments, nothing happened, and Bethany worried she had done something wrong or that she had arrived too late. But then Ebenezer came to life with a cough. As he coughed, the wrinkles started disappearing from his face, and the color returned to his hair. After
she threw the trumpet
Yeah.
into the monster's mouth.
This is very huge. And Bethany threw the trumpet to the beast because Ebenezer said to Bethany, the beast says, I have allergic to trumpet.
Oh, but did the beast when you eat the trumpet, it gets
Smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
so it can
It becomes the size of a worm. So after a few more coughs, he was strong enough to stand up. He blinked at Bethany, utterly confused. But what happened? He asked. Trumpets and elixirs, answered Bethany, which made him more confused. What about the beast? He asked. Good point, she answered. Bethany turned around to look down at the beast, but there was no sign of it. Did you kill it? Asked Ebenezer. No idea, answered Bethany. They walked over to where the beast had been sitting and looked closely on the ground. The beast was there and just about still alive, but it had now shrunk to the size of a worm. Ebenezer bent down and picked it up by one of its legs. It still had 3 eyes and 2 tongues, but everything was minuscule. It was shouting angrily in a voice which wasn't loud enough for either of them to hear. What do we do with it now? Asked Bethany. What do we do with it now? Asked Bethany. Bye!